What are we talking?
Ernest.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. I was born in 83, so it was somewhere there late 80s, early 90s.
That's crazy.
1988.
So I was graduating high school.
I was 6.
Asshole.
This case should never have come to trial.
I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham.
If we are to have faith in justice, we need only to believe in ourselves.
And the truth shall set you free!
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse.
I think the truth will come forth.
You can't handle the truth!
Hello, everybody. It's time for more Law Light, brought to you by Foreman, Watson, Holtree, FWHlegal.com. We are here today at the high-rise white brick two-story edifice at 530 Frederica Street in Owensboro, Kentucky. We are in the library conference room studio, and it's a big day.
It is.
Here on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Nice haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, looks good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Now, is it you don't cut your own hair, do you?
No, Leslie does it.
Leslie does it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell Leslie she's doing a good job, keeping you all dapper for the holidays.
She doesn't even ask me how I want it. She
just
goes, sit down, and I'm going to cut it the way
you
I
like
know I
that,
like
though.
it.
You
It
like
makes
it when
it
she
easy.
talks to you that way, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. We have a guest today, and this guest happens to be, PJ, our newest staff member, employee
right.
of the firm. And without much further ado, Audra Leonard.
Hi.
Audra is working as a paralegal for me. Came over without any experience in the legal field, but has worked in several different service industries and has a great background in accounting and bookkeeping, and is kind of moving into the paralegal world and doing a good job of it so far.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hard to believe that you were just a cart pusher at Target, and now here you are.
Yes. It was very involved.
Of course it is.
Well, she, you've already posted a lot about her on social media, her background. But Audra, have you ever been on a podcast before?
No, not as a guest.
Not as a guest.
Correct.
You've done a podcast as a non-guest?
I have witnessed a podcast.
Okay. I got you. Okay, so you've witnessed a podcast. Are you having a hard time with the distance that you have to be with the microphone over there?
Yeah, you can pull it closer to your face if that would make it easier.
Okay,
so you're not like leaning all the way into the table.
There. How's
Look, folks.
There you go.
We're
All
winning
right.
at life now.
All right. Well,
Hi.
the reason we have Audra with us today, PJ, is because we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, we do.
When I say that, what I mean is that we have to make our first round of cuts in the Christmas movie bracket. And I've already heard you catching some heat, and I want to say that if anybody really continues to give you heat, you can send them my way, because nobody believes that this was a random draw.
Yeah, are you talking about Kathy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
She thinks it's rigged.
It was a random draw where we picked numbers out of the Christmas bowl.
That's right.
That now has candy in it.
Mm-hmm. Rightfully so.
And right in front of me, of course, where it belongs. And we picked them and put them on paper, and then read the bracket. That's exactly how it worked. And if we need a witness or an attestation to that.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Burden was the one that did the numbers and cut them up. So this is not rigged, Audra. It's not.
I believe.
rigged.
I watched Amy. I watched her print the numbers, so I
it's
do
not
get
rigged.
it.
And if we have to call in an accounting firm, we don't need that. We
I
have
can do an
Audra.
audit for you.
We can have Audra do the audit.
Or
audit Audra.
Or we just say, you know what? We're not losing any sleep over the
Kathy.
fact that Kathy just doesn't believe.
Well,
it's like you can not believe all you want. It doesn't change the
But
fact
let me
it was
say
random.
this: we only run a clean, honest competition here.
That's
There is
right.
we cannot be bought. Our vote can't be. Has anybody tried that yet?
No one has, but
We do need Christmas bonuses, don't we?
Well, to this point, we'll say that no one has no one can buy it.
Yes.
Until we're put in that position, then
We're
we'll see
running
what
an honest
happens.
program here.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Before we get to the brackets, there's a few things we have to remind everybody. All right. By the time you listen to this podcast, you will have celebrated Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And we will officially be in the Christmas holiday season where you are allowed to put up Christmas trees and Christmas lights and green and redry and all that stuff.
You don't have to worry about me plowing through your front door when I see those hidden Christmas decorations that you're too scared to put in the front yard.
It's fair game after Friday.
Friday, fair game. You're right, Audra.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Now, the other thing we need to talk about is a few things around the firm real quick, okay?
Okay.
We're excited. I can formally announce now that we are we're going to be doing advertisements on Hulu Live TV.
Yep.
We are currently working on those commercials.
That's right. You have the paper right
I have
in front
the
of you.
paper in front of me for the scripts, and we're super excited about that as a firm. We're going to be spreading our wings and flying in a new direction. And lots of marketing stuff coming up for next year.
Hulu, here we come.
Hulu, here we come. I like it.
All right. Audra, do you feel like you're ready to give us some significant input?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
A few things. We will say this at the outset of the way this works is PJ and Audra will vote if a vote is needed to break the tie. I cast that vote. I am allowed to try to influence the two of you, but at the end, if I can't influence you and we have a tie, then I make the deciding vote.
Okay.
The other thing that is needs to be remembered before the beginning of every episode is we'll have some knucklehead that'll say, "Where's Christmas Vacation?"
Did you see the post that I shared?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And where's Charlie Brown Christmas? Okay, listen. Those two movies are sitting in the Distinguished Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. They have won their competition. They have gone through the litany, and they have won. And they should not have to defend that title.
That's right.
They are placed into a place of esteem. We acknowledge their greatness as a Christmas movie, and they don't have to fight anymore. Okay, and the new winner from this year will join them.
Right.
All right. So don't ask stupid questions.
Well, the real question isn't why aren't these films on the bracket? The real question is why haven't you listened to the podcast enough to know?
Right.
Not to ask that question.
I know not to ask.
You know it now, or you knew it before?
I know it now since I've been working here.
Oh,
okay.
There you go.
I mean, because that's
I
kind of
think
when
it's on the
started.
website. I think if you go to fwhlegal.com, it'll talk about how Christmas Vacation and all that's on the website.
She did that to prepare for her interview. Actually, that was the first thing she said. She goes, "You know what? I want a job here because you guys know how to put movies in the Hall of Fame."
There you go.
That's only funny because I told you that I actually did Google and do
Yes, you
a
did.
software tutorial prior
Yes, she did.
to.
There's no joke. Yeah, that's and so here she is sitting here. I'm
What do you know?
I'm a sucker for a Googler. So
I like to know what I'm getting myself into.
And if there's certain movies that you don't know what they are, I've printed information about them off Wikipedia.
all right, let's go.
But you should know all the movies.
PJ, let's go.
Mostly.
All right, the first one: Fat Man versus Lethal Weapon. Fat Man versus Lethal Weapon. Audra, have you seen Fat Man?
No.
Do you need some information about it?
Nope.
Okay. PJ, give us the 15-second.
I already made up my
You're like,
mind.
"Screw
so
Fat Man."
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, wait.
We're going with Lethal
Give
Weapon.
us a 15 seconds. Fat Man. What in 15 seconds?
Mel Gibson is Santa Claus. There's a rich boy who gets a lump of coal from him. He gets pissed and then hires a hitman to kill Santa Claus.
Who is the
Okay, I
supporting
actually
actor
have
or
seen that.
actress?
Walter Goggins is the hitman.
When was it released?
2020? Yeah, 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? How did it? I mean, was it in theaters?
No, it went straight to video.
It went straight to video.
But it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
I
Okay.
have seen this, actually.
All right, so let's vote real quick on this Fat Man versus Lethal Weapon. I mean, it's not like you're picking an actor over an actor, right? Of course, Glover was in Lethal Weapon, but he wasn't the
Right.
primary. I mean, it was Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
right?
I'm getting too old for this Christmas.
Yes. Okay.
I already picked.
What's your pick?
Yeah, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
PJ?
No, nothing. Just Lethal Weapon.
But come on now.
While I thoroughly enjoyed Fat Man, and it is more of a Christmas movie than Lethal Weapon, I have to go with Lethal Weapon because it's for nostalgia. Because I love that series of films.
Okay. Well,
We get to insert little sounds. We need one of those ding ding ding. Bell ringing.
We add sound effects.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Good.
We're adding. Travis is adding some right now, crunching into the mic.
Yeah.
I did wonder about that because I totally can hear him.
First
and that's
of
how I eat
all,
something.
I do have a problem with our bracket, PJ. This says tall weapon.
Oh, so it does.
Well,
Hey, are you coming down on me because of my dyslexia? My obvious dyslexia.
L-E-H. That's the first I knew that you had dyslexia, so it was impossible for me to discriminate against you for your
It is well,
dyslexia.
and it comes up on the podcast.
Little weapon.
That's the Bollywood version.
It's the DVD that you buy at Aldi.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Lethal Weapon,
Yeah.
despite its spelling, is advancing.
Oh, and the public also voted.
Oh, yes, I forgot
Yeah,
about the public.
it got the most votes for
the
Lethal
public's
Weapon.
vote does not count as a vote, but it can help influence the voters.
Well, how come I didn't see those numbers?
Well, you didn't need it. You had made your mind up so close-minded about fat boys.
Speaking of
All right.
discrimination,
Yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what that comes from. All right.
I'm fat and dyslexic, and I'm getting it from both sides today.
Yeah. Number 2. Okay, the next
Here we are.
next showdown. Just Friends versus Die Hard. Just Friends versus Die Hard. PJ is slipping
There's Just
Audra some
Friends.
information about Just Friends, and I've seen Just Friends.
Love that movie.
I have seen this movie
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
I'm terrible with titles, but once I usually see the covers, I know.
Yeah. Well, it's Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
hard-
I
Amy Adams.
Yeah, I have
Amy
seen
Or not,
it.
no, or not Amy
Not
Adams, but
Amy Adams.
Amy. You don't know. I don't know.
I wasn't listening to you. I was reading. What?
Whatever. Well, since you're reading, do you want me to
PJ
go?
votes first.
All right. Well, obviously, I'm going to go with Die Hard. I love Just Friends, and it is a hysterical film. But Die Hard, if I'm going to watch a movie to get me in the Christmas spirit between those two, it's going to be Die Hard.
PJ, I got a question for you.
Okay.
If this would have been Fat Man versus Just Friends
It'd been Just Friends
Yeah.
over Fat Man.
over Fat Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Once
agree with
again,
that.
Fat Man is a great movie. Well, maybe great.
But it's not as good
It's
as
a good.
Just
It's a good
Friends.
movie, but Just Friends is a really fun movie.
Man, and it just fell up against Die Hard. Oh, well, are
Yeah.
you voting
Yeah,
for
yeah. I'm
Randomly,
voting for
it
Die
fell
Hard
against
as well.
it randomly, Kathy.
Man, that's terrible.
I'm only voting for Die Hard because of Kathy.
Okay.
Oh, she is like vehemently against Die Hard.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it is what it is.
Well, what is she going to do? We need to bring Kathy in here because she's going to have to vote between Lethal Weapon and Die Hard.
Has she ever been on the podcast?
She won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won't. But I did Google.
You should tell her she won't get her Christmas bonus if she doesn't do it.
Nobody is. I'm just joking.
Oh, well.
I'm kidding.
We Googled it, and Forbes said how much? What was the percentage?
Are you talking
40
about It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah, but we also did, or I did.
I don't think we talked
Die
about
Hard.
I don't remember the Die Hard part.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay,
It was
let's
up there.
move on.
Well, no,
kids.
they decided that it was a Christmas movie, though.
Yeah, but the whole article was like that. So
Right.
All right, come on, kids.
All right. Oh, and the public also voted Die Hard.
All right, so Die Hard advances and we'll be taking on Lethal Weapon next week. Next bracket. Love Actually versus A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh no. To me, that's tough. I think it depends on the audience.
Well, you're the audience and you're voting.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's go with Muppet Christmas Carol. I have kids, so
That's fair. We've done that before. You know, hey, kids like this movie.
Well, ironically, I'm probably going to go in the same direction. Now, I haven't seen Love Actually yet. I had it on DVD. I got it on Blu-ray. It has a great cast, but based on the soundtrack alone, the score is really good. Craig Armstrong is the composer.
Craig Armstrong, yeah.
And yeah, but it's and it's not a Hallmark Christmas movie.
That's what
but
I
I am
thought.
gonna. But I have seen a Muppet Christmas Carol, and I
I
love
have
that
to.
movie. So
and that is
Love Actually is like a fully adult rated R romantic comedy, and Muppet Christmas Carol is for kids, and so it really kind of depends. If it's Trina's weekend, I might watch Love Actually, but if it's my weekend, I'll watch Die Hard.
Let's move on. Muppet Christmas
Right.
Carol advances over
No,
Love
dyslexia
Actually.
coming out.
Lethal Weapon.
Next one. Yeah, Lethal Weapon. Next bracket is wow. Reindeer Games is taking on Elf. Reindeer Games
All right,
versus Elf.
Have you seen Reindeer Games?
Yes, and Elf, and I think I'm going with Elf.
Why?
Sorry, I just it's just better.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I like Reindeer Games. PJ, go ahead.
Oh,
I mean,
are
I'm
you
not
gonna
voting.
you're gonna
Yeah.
vote the Reindeer
No.
Games, and
No,
Travis is gonna get the call.
I really like Reindeer Games. I remember seeing it in the theater. It is a good movie. It's a fun movie. I mean, it's Ben Affleck. It's got Danny Trejo in it. Gary Sinise, Charlize Theron. If I'm going Christmas,
How are you gonna tell Elf no?
I'm going to go with Elf because that's, I mean, the late James Caan now.
Because great minds think
James
alike.
Caan, I think James Caan passed away since last Christmas.
He did.
So-
But that's not fair to use that just as the card to get it in.
No, it's not. It
It's
has
going to
nothing
have
do
to
with
earn.
James
It's
Caan.
going to have to earn its way.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Next.
mean, James Caan was in Misery, another great Christmas movie.
So a Muppet Christmas Carol will be taking on Elf in round 2.
That's a good
All
pairing
right.
right there.
Now next is Jack Frost versus Family Man. Jack Frost versus Family Man.
Give me the paper on
You know
Family,
Family
Man,
Man?
but let me look here, but I'm pretty sure I know which one I want.
Well, while she's reading that, both of these movies make me cry. They're both really, really good. But I'm going to go with Family Man because Nicolas Cage. I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan, but it's kind of a retelling of A Christmas Carol in some ways because because he's like an executive who's miserable and everything, and then he wakes up the next day and suddenly he has a family on Christmas, and it's just got a really good message and everything. So as much as I love Jack Frost,
I agree. The heart is behind Family Man.
yeah. So I'm
All
gonna
right,
go. With
what are
Family
you
Man.
voting, Audra?
Yeah, that's what I vote. I have seen this.
Okay, so
Again, I don't know the name of it
Yeah.
until I look.
So
But
Jack Frost gets knocked out by Family
Yeah.
Man.
Now Jack Frost is a really good movie. It's Michael Keaton.
I just lean towards more heartfelt. I do.
Okay.
If at Christmas,
Yeah.
and that is by far more heartfelt.
Well, I'm telling you something, guys. That was a minor upset there. That's a minor upset. Like I think what'd the public vote?
Well, first of all, the public went for Elf
Yeah.
by a long shot on Reindeer Games, and in Jack Frost, it was close, but Jack Frost won between the two.
It's a slight upset. You guys picked a slight upset there.
Yeah.
That's okay. I like the underdog.
That's why we play the game. Mm-hmm. All right. Next round pairing, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Scrooged.
Are we talking about the original
Yes.
one?
Yeah, the original Rudolph, the 1968
Yep.
version,
It doesn't matter. It
or
wins.
64.
Yeah, it's going to win in my book. And everybody else's too.
I'm gonna have to go with Scrooged. Here's the thing. I love Rudolph, but it's
Animated.
well, I know I like the Rankin Bass animated.
Nostalgia whenever you watch it.
I do, but I enjoy Scrooged. It's a fun movie. It's funny.
I know, but no.
I mean, I have Scrooged and Rudolph like right on the shelf next to each other, but
PJ's and you're not even playing.
It's like pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, though.
with or without whipped cream.
Listen, you're not even playing the PJ. You're not even playing the politically correct card.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. We had a long discussion about what Rudolph, they were trying to get it canceled.
They were trying to get it
Oh,
canceled.
yeah.
Years ago.
I do remember that.
Yeah, because it's
Is that like the whole "baby, it's cold outside" thing being too
they're saying
provocative
that it's
sounding or something?
pro-bullying is what they said, because it's like they
All the
bully.
other reindeer
Yeah.
bullied Rudolph, and he felt like he was pressured to do something.
Yeah, and then Santa doesn't step in until Rudolph gets the red nose, and then suddenly it's like, oh, Rudolph has something to offer, so now he's worth something, right?
Right.
It's not just because of who he is before the red nose. So there's like all this controversy.
Controversy. I like that. So you're voting Scrooged,
Yes.
and you're voting Rudolph.
I'm voting Rudolph. So you're
Yep.
gonna have to vote.
Wow, I thought I was going to make it through this whole thing and not have to vote.
No.
Well, if you've listened back to the first 2 years of this,
I know where this is headed.
you will know.
I don't. So
You will know that I have vehemently defended Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh.
I have some very fond memories of after church on New Year's Eve. We would always go to this family in our church's house, and all the kids would get dumped into this TV room, and we would watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And like, I associate that with Christmas as a kid. And I do like Scrooged, but I don't have that. And
Frank Cross, come on.
So
it's good. It's just not.
It's not
It
Rudolph.
should not have.
The
it
day
would've
the
won
reindeer
had it ran
died.
up against somebody else, but it can't run up against a classic like that and expect to make
it
it out.
can, and it did, and it lost.
it lost.
Yeah.
Rudolph advances and will be playing Family Man in the next round.
Well, the public agreed with you, so they're all going to your house to watch Rudolph while I sit at home alone watching Scrooged.
What's 8 Crazy Nights? Give me that.
Okay, wait. Now you just
Actually, I don't
violated
have
a rule.
eight crazy nights.
I'll tell you what it's about. It's not about Christmas. It's about Hanukkah.
It's a Hanukkah movie.
Oh.
It's that Adam Sandler,
Sandler.
animated film.
All right, listen. We
kind of a musical.
Y'all are already talking about it and haven't even announced it yet.
PJ said that it won.
No.
No, I did. What?
No. Okay.
Okay.
Next round is A Christmas Story versus 8 Crazy Nights.
How?
I don't know what 8 Crazy Nights is.
Yeah. Okay. So are you voting?
Yeah, because I don't know
A
the other
Christmas
one.
Story?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a classic anyway, so it's
P
it's
to the
gonna
J
be hard
to
to
the
beat.
double J.
I'm gonna have to go with A Christmas Story. It's one of those movies that
It shouldn't have gone up against that one,
Yeah.
or either you consider it an easy win and move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat A Christmas Story. I mean, I do agree that some people, like, it can be overplayed,
Okay.
but it's still a great movie.
Next is 4 Christmases versus Christmas with the Cranks. No, PJ, you vote first. Audrey.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go with 4 Christmases. Because I've seen it. I have not seen Christmas with the Cranks, and I heard mixed things. I've heard it was good. I heard it was garbage, but I have seen 4 Christmases more than once, and it's a really good movie, and it's really funny. And I'm a fan of Vince Vaughn
Yeah.
and Reese Witherspoon.
Audra, 4 Christmases or Christmas with the Cranks?
Christmas with Cranks.
All right. I need.
Well.
I need to know what
Okay,
the
so-
public said, please.
Well, A Christmas Story. No,
That's the wrong.
that was the
Get
previous
on the
one.
right page.
Whatever. 4 Christmases.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Christmas with the Cranks did not get the votes.
I am a huge Vince Vaughn fan. He's one of my favorite. I don't think you ever knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I use his line from The Intern all the time. You heard me say it today. I say, "Well, did you do that on the line instead of the internet?"
Oh, yeah.
You know, or did you get on the
Yeah.
line? I say on the line from that
On
movie.
the line,
Right.
yeah.
Vince Vaughn he's one of my favorites. Really like him, and therefore, we are gonna cast the deciding vote for 4 Christmases.
This next one's bad.
I already know what I'm picking.
We're gonna have to take a break, and we'll be right back. It's gonna be interesting to see how PJ deals with the break we just had when we are getting alarms going off at houses for home alarms, and our son's there alone.
With the police now.
Maybe you can discuss it when we get to Home Alone.
Oh, yeah, I have something really interesting that happened. But we'll talk about it when we get to Home Alone then.
Okay, very good.
All right.
We were just talking about It's a Wonderful Life versus the Polar Express. And I know I could tell you with confidence, with certainty, how PJ is going to vote. So I need your vote.
Ooh, this looks like a tough one for her.
It is, because now that I've done so much research on It's a Wonderful Life, it is only technically 42% Christmas.
Thank you.
It is, because it's that at Christmas, at the holiday season, the
Right.
Christmas season. I have a friend, it's like their favorite movie. But it's pretty hard to go up against Polar Express, too.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that?
I mean, the Polar Express is Christmas from beginning to
end. I don't disagree. But the black and white, I like that feeling.
Yeah.
But, I may be all vintaged out by the time that I watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and The Muppets is kind of older too. I think I'm going with Polar Express.
Well, then I don't need to vote.
Final
No,
vote.
you don't. Yeah, I'm going with Polar Express because I
Okay.
agree. I mean, now I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time last year because it was one of those things where I just never seen it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what all the hype is. And the movie's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And I'm sitting here watching this movie, and like 2 hours into it, I'm thinking, when has this become a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
It's like never a
Were you
Christmas
bored
movie.
during the movie?
No, I mean, it's a good movie. But then it kind of in the last like 15 minutes, they go, oh, yeah, hey, don't forget, it's a Christmas movie.
Wow.
And that's where it just it kind of bugged me.
I just like Polar Express, man.
Yeah, Polar Express was pretty
well,
good.
I like it.
I really like Polar Express. All right, next pairing is. Oh, wait. I do want to know what the public said about Polar Express and It's a Wonderful Life.
They all went for Polar Express.
Okay. Next is Frosty the Snowman, which I'm just glad to see on the bracket because PJ's left it off before, and Serendipity.
First of all, I'm a huge John Cusack fan, and I really like the movie Serendipity. It's a good movie, and it is a Christmas movie, but I'm going to have to go with Frosty the Snowman because it's kind of a classic. As much
Me
as
too. That's the only. I gave up my classic earlier, so I'm totally going with Frosty the Snowman classic
I'm
on
just
this
going to
one.
tell you guys, not that I am the type to look ahead to future podcasts.
We're going to be
but
taking heat.
But the next round is going to be a booger. That's Polar Express versus Frosty the Snowman.
I still think Polar will win.
Well, no, wait.
Just saying.
Okay.
Don't try
I'm
to-
calling it now.
Don't try to influence.
I won't be
Yeah,
on
don't
the next
influence. I couldn't think of the
podcast.
word,
You all
but yeah,
just
don't
know
influence.
I called it.
Number 21 versus 22. By the way, did Frosty beat out Serendipity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, on the public. Okay.
Yes.
21 and 22. All I Want for Christmas versus The Santa Claus.
Right.
Like an amendment to
It does.
a contract.
Yeah. That's why the E in clause is like tilted on
Yeah.
the title.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Oh, I'm voting for the Santa Claus.
I'm going to have to go with the Santa Claus also. I have never seen All I Want for Christmas. It's one of those ones where I remember it and I've always wanted to see it. And also, nobody in the public voted for All I Want for Christmas. It was all the Santa Claus.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, the Santa Claus has made a push before. Okay? It has.
Oh, yeah.
We have, in to see who's going to be going against the Santa Claus, we have the next pairing of Bad Santa versus Jingle All the Way. And oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Audra, PJ gets to vote first. Bad Santa or Jingle All the Way? There, partner.
This is an interesting pairing because one is an adult-based movie, which is really good, and the other one, which is a kid-based movie, which is really good. But I think in terms of entertainment value, I'm going to go with Bad Santa. I love Bad Santa compared
I second
to
that.
Jingle All the Way. Like, Jingle All the Way can be a fun movie.
Yeah, but it.
Phil Hartman, the late Phil Hartman, the almost late Sinbad. But
I feel like, though, that with the selections that we've already had, we've had some traditional, we've had some kids, we've had some. Yeah, no. Just going with
what
Bad
did the
Santa.
public say about Bad Santa versus... I don't get to vote.
it won.
What did?
Oh,
Bad Santa.
It beat Jingle All
It beat
the Way?
Jingle All the Way, yeah.
You know, this is a slight upset in my mind because Jingle All the Way has advanced in other years.
Yeah.
Like several rounds.
maybe it just got.
a bad pairing.
Yeah.
Which
Possibly.
shows that this is a totally random draw.
Kathy.
Next, number 25 and 26.
I hate this one.
Black Christmas versus the Gremlins.
Gremlins, what I think it is.
Gremlins is the Mogwais. They don't. If they eat after midnight,
Yeah.
they turn into gremlins.
Yeah.
And
I
they
know.
multiply
Is it like
with the
set in
water.
1984, 5, 6?
Yeah, because it took place in 1986.
something
Yeah.
like. I mean, but that's the.
Right. Yeah, it's
Okay.
got Zach Galligan, Phoebe Cates.
I know which one it is.
They're watching Snow White in the movie theater at one point when all the chaos ensues.
I remember the very first time I watched it.
Love that movie. It's so good.
What are y'all voting for?
Gremlins.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
This one is a tough one for
that
me
one holds
because
nostalgic value
Yeah,
for me,
I mean-
so I'm going with that.
Gremlins is just a great movie, but Black Christmas is one that I watch every year. I don't even watch Gremlins every year, but it's got the nostalgia factor. I hate this one.
PJ, comment.
I'm going to have to go with Gremlins. Only because I'm a big Spielberg fan,
right.
Joe Dante fan.
I was prepared to have to vote on that one, and I was going to vote Black Christmas. So
Were you
Oh,
really?
really?
Yes, I was.
Oh.
I'm not a Gremlins fan. I just never.
Dang.
I don't know that I'm like such a fan of it, but
Bob Clark is rolling in his grave now.
it just.
All right. Well, it advances. Gremlins advances.
Yep.
Don't feed them after midnight. Let's go with the next one.
Cool.
By the way, who won the public?
Gremlins won big time. Black Christmas is kind of one of those cult films, though. I think for a lot, unless you're a horror fan, you're probably not going to know much about Black Christmas. You'll think it's like a blaxploitation movie or something.
Gremlins is going to face the winner of Ernest Saves Christmas and a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
So I got to fess it up. I just watched one of these like 4
Which one
weeks
did you
ago.
watch?
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Okay.
Really?
Did you
Yeah.
like it?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it as a kid too, but I mean, I just randomly, I've
When
been
was
watching
it
Christmas
released?
movies. What are we talking?
Ernest.
Ernest
Yeah.
Saves Christmas.
Yeah. I was born in '83, so it was somewhere there, late '80s, early '90s.
That's crazy.
1988.
So I was graduating high school.
I was 6.
Vote. Asshole.
Oh. That laugh actually sounded like a Santa Claus laugh.
Ernest Saves Christmas all the way.
Man, I love Ernest Saves Christmas, but very Harold and Kumar Christmas 3D
No.
Christmas. Man, it's so good. It's so funny, and it has a great phallic joke in the movie.
Isn't that
Better
Leslie?
than Ernest?
Isn't Leslie or Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen? Well, that's all I want for Christmas.
How do you know, like
Oh,
Ernest's truck? I mean, how do you tell that no?
Come on, we got to vote, PJ.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Harold and Kumar on this one because it's so funny. It's such a good movie.
We did
Neil
pretty
Patrick
good.
Harris.
Yeah, I know. Ernest still gets my vote.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Would the public vote, please?
Ernest.
To show my gratitude to Audra for coming on the show and for her hard work this first month at Foreman Watson Holtree, I'm going to
Go with Harold and Kumar.
He's going to save Ernest.
I'm going to validate her vote,
I know.
and we'll advance.
Yeah. Ernest has got you. He would save you if the shoe was on the other
Sorry,
foot.
Harold and Kumar. It's back to Guantanamo Bay.
He's from Madisonville or something like that.
Jim Varney, yeah.
Yeah.
He's buried there, too.
Is that?
Let's go.
I
We
didn't know he
got
was
4
buried there,
left. Krampus is taking on the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Now, I do have a question. Is that the original Grinch that stole Christmas or the
Yes.
one that was remade 2 years ago?
No.
Oh.
That I don't even count that one. The one with Jim Carrey, it's terrible.
Okay.
Let me see. I
That's
kind of
making
think I
sure.
know, but
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
yeah, I know that. But I mean,
You haven't seen Krampus?
I haven't seen Krampus, so I don't have anything to compare
Right.
to.
Krampus
but
is a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should at least
it's
check
a Christmas horror comedy film.
it out. Well, I'll vote while you're looking at that, but I love the movie Krampus. It's a fun movie. It's a popcorn movie. But I'm a big fan of the original
like the
Grinch Who
original
Stole
Grinch,
Christmas.
so-
So I'm
Yeah.
going with that.
We kind of knew who was going to
Yeah,
win
the
that.
public also voted
Man.
for that. But
Yeah.
All right.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Do you disagree?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you on that one.
he's ready to go.
I'm ready for the next one because we're going to have some type of something funny shared. The last 2 movies are Home Alone and Christmas Chronicles.
Yep.
And I said, when we get to Home Alone, you got to tell me what's funny because of the whole alarm situation that interrupted
Yeah.
the podcast, Audra.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so what's funny?
So all the listeners know, Logan got home and I did not disarm my alarm system. So it set off the alarm. Well, Logan tried calling, I didn't answer. Then ADT calls and I don't answer. Then I guess Logan called Trina. Trina's calling me. Then Logan called Leslie. Leslie calls here. That's what got me out there on the phone. Anyway, so as I'm getting ready to call Logan, Trina calls. And she goes, "Hey, Logan's there." And I'm like, I'm trying to look at my emails while I'm talking to her and everything. Now I can say this. I've prided myself on not doing this since the divorce, but today in my haste, I dropped the ball. So as I get off the phone, I'm like,
said, "I love you."
I go, "Okay, hey, I got to get off the phone. I need to call Logan. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. I love you." And then I went, "Oh, Christ." And she goes, "It's okay. Bad habits die hard." And I went, "Yeah, I didn't mean that." And she goes, "It's all right." And then we got off the phone and I was like, "No."
You hate yourself
No.
now, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, bummer.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit. But I'm an open book and you know, people make.
On the bright
mistakes.
side, it was disarmed, and the kiddo's fine, and nothing happened.
I was disarmed. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
You were just unraveled.
I was.
And became even more so.
I was unwrapped like a messy Christmas gift. And yeah.
You're going to think about this all night long.
I'm going to remind you of that for the rest of the bracket.
Yeah, remember last year during Christmas when you told Trina you loved her?
Home Alone.
Oops.
Home Alone.
This is the worst Christmas ever.
Home Alone. Alarms and all.
Voices
versus Christmas Chronicles.
I'm a big fan of both.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like the old Kurt Russell, do you?
Yes, like I like both. I like a little bit more heart, but that nostalgia filled with
Kurt, Mr. Russell,
Home Alone. I don't know.
Well, you got to pick one.
I'm going with Home Alone.
Okay. I've never seen Christmas Chronicles. I love Kurt Russell. Yeah, I've never seen Christmas Chronicles.
It's very
good.
good.
It's a good movie.
Oh, I know.
It's
I keep
very
being told
good.
Leslie at her house, they make it like, because it came out in 2018. Is that when? Yep, 2018. And every year they watch it at her house. So I actually caught part of the second one last year when I was at her house on Christmas. And I haven't even seen the first one.
It's always the beard.
But
Beard's what
I
does
say all
it.
that to say this. I'm going to go with Home Alone.
Oh, man. I hate to see what happens next. I mean,
I know.
know.
One, to me,
That's
that
a
one was
good-
very
that's a
hard.
crazy
That's probably
pairing.
the worst matchup, I think.
well, the next
Well, you're
week's-
talking about with Home Alone? Christmas
Yeah,
Chronicles?
because I really
Did the
wanted
public
both
go
of those.
Home Alone?
Oh, yeah, public by a landslide.
Really?
That land slid.
Into the ocean.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go over the next week's pairings, and then PJ, I'll hand this off to you for publishing, please.
Yes.
Audra, thank you for your input today.
You're welcome.
I will say this, that every year there's a person that comes in here and votes, and I'm pleasantly surprised with like how many movies they've seen. Because I'm like, there's a lot of movies on here, and you last year the person that surprised me was Tyler.
Yeah.
He had seen a lot of Christmas movies, but good job, good input.
Thanks.
Thank you for your
Thank you for
help.
having me.
And thank you for all you're doing around here, getting up to speed. But we're going to announce next week's without any input, okay? But
Okay.
Here they are. Lethal Weapon will be fighting Die Hard. Muppet Christmas Carol will be fighting Elf. Family Man will be fighting Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A Christmas Story will be fighting Four Christmases. The Polar Express will be fighting Frosty the Snowman. The Santa Claus will be fighting Bad Santa. Gremlins will be fighting Ernest Saves Christmas. And ladies and gentlemen, you will be sitting on the edge of your seat for this one. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas will be taking on Home Alone.
That's
Those
right.
are all really good, though.
Yeah, so it gets narrowed down. It
Yeah,
comes down
those
to
are-
the
those are
going to
be really
it's gonna
good.
Be tough,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
All right.
I already
there you
feel
go.
like some of these nuts have been cut.
Well,
Hey, real quick, how come your cousins haven't chimed in?
well, they are getting ready to. I just was texting them about. By the way, cousins, cuzzos. By the way, PJ, and this is a text going to the cousins. Okay, PJ just called all of you out on the podcast.
That's
for,
right.
For not commenting on the Christmas movie bracket.
That's right.
So cousins, listen up. You've got to chime in either by text machine, on the line,
That's right.
and let us know your choices. I know my cousins have watched all those movies, and they will have some.
And you have to vote for every movie. That's the other thing too.
Some people have.
I had a
you're a
hand-
preacher.
Yeah,
You're a
I have a
preacher.
handful of people who are just like, this movie.
That's not fair. I tell you what, it gets thrown out.
Oh, I
It
know.
gets- it doesn't
I don't.
get
I don't
counted.
count it.
Okay.
Doesn't have any substantial evidence.
No, you
No.
can't. You can't vote for like 3 movies on the list
Somebody
just because
down
it's
there
the 3 that you
popping
like.
out legal terms.
Yeah.
She said substantial evidence.
Or she's a police officer.
Okay.
I would make
She's
an
an undercover
excellent
cop.
police
I knew
officer,
it.
except for that whole physical
Well,
running
she
part.
would've-
Yeah, I'm out.
She would have, maybe she'd be showing up at your house about right now, Mr. False Alarm.
Well, she was too busy here instead of protecting and serving.
All right, this has been Law Light, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree. Guest Audra Leonard, our new paralegal at the firm. Guys, if you need good legal representation, call us. Look us up on the line, www.fwhlegal.com. Oh, that was funny. I think my batteries were going out in my headphones, so it's a good time to stop. We love y'all. God bless. Until next time.
This case should never have come to trial.
I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries of a sham.
If we are to have faith in justice, we need only to believe in ourselves.
And the truth shall set you free!
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse.
I think the truth will come forth.
You can't handle the truth!